Well, salutations, magic students, greetings, all kindred spirits. Welcome to another online card magic learning experience. And in my last lesson, my last tutorial, I taught no less than 14 techniques that you can employ with a small packet of cards, different ways to count the cards, lift them, and turn them. And in this video, we're going to look at a wonderful packet trick that employs several of those techniques. We'll talk more about it in a second. Let's take a look now at Jumping Gemini. So I like to rehearse this trick. It gives me a chance to practice not just my sleight of hand skills, but also presentation, because everything in this trick is a lie. That's right, it's all lies, and this trick uses 4 random cards from a well-shuffled deck. We'll start with that random ace of spades. Let me count it to the top. That's a lie. So what this means is that if I put the card on the bottom, that's a lie. I can make it look like a magic trick, because when I say I put the card on the bottom, that is a lie. Likewise, I can also pretend to put the card to the table, make it look like it jumps back to the hand. I can do that because when I say I put it to the table, that is a lie. Now, you do this trick enough, you're going to find out, like I did, people will accuse you of using all the same cards. So ever since then I actually use all Queen of Hearts, and that's a lie. That is a queen right there, also a lie. And actually that is a Queen of Hearts. That is the truth. But hey, if that is a Queen of Hearts, that last one might have been a lie, because really there's no way to have 4 Queen of Hearts all in the same deck. Although maybe there is one way. I think if you used jokers, because they're the wild cards in the pack. So if you had 1, 2, if you had 3, 4 jokers, that is one way that you could do it, and that is also a lie. So this is Darwin Ortiz, a master card manipulator if there ever was one. This is his wonderful volume, At the Card Table. Just wanted to take a look at the reference material that I was inspired from today. The handling is very close to Darwin's Jumping Gemini. Darwin does mention in this volume that he was inspired by a routine from Chessbro and Wes, the Jumping Jackrabbit. Also, we can thank Brother John Hammond for his Gemini Count, which I guess is where the name Jumping Gemini evolved from. I did not teach the Gemini Count on that opus with the other 14 moves. We'll be covering it today, as well as my unique presentation for this Jumping Gemini routine. And hey, let's get started now. So as mentioned, this is intended as a follow-up video to my tutorial on sleight of hand techniques with small packets, and as such, I'm going to presume a little bit of knowledge moving forward. Things like the Elmsley count, we're going to use that. The frustration count, we're going to use that in this routine. Multiple lifts from a small packet, maybe block push-offs or buckles, we're going to use that as well. So I'm going to presume a little bit of knowledge. If you don't have that knowledge, this video with all the 14 techniques, easily accessible, and I'll leave a link around here somewhere so you can find that clip to educate yourself. Here's the cards we'll need: 2 jokers, and I like to use the Ace of Spades and the Queen of Hearts for contrast. These could really be any 2 cards. The jokers, and like Darwin actually used jacks. He had like a red jack and a black jack. I think the jokers provide a little more believability, and if you use one that's colored and one that's not, you have a little bit of contrast as we do the Gemini count, the 2 is 4 count at the end of this routine. The setup for the effect is the ace on top, the queen below it, and then the 2 jokers below that. That's your 4-card stack. And I do recommend that you begin the routine with some kind of a false shuffle, either overhand or Hindu shuffling off the face of the packet, just leaving your 4-card stock intact. And with that setup, hey, let's get started with the handling for Jumping Gemini. We open with a cutting procedure that apparently removes 4 random cards from the deck, but this is a visual ruse from the mind of John Bannon that allows you to extract your setup from apparently a well-shuffled deck. It's pretty easy. You just, with your stack there at the rear, so it's right there after your false shuffle, you hold the deck in a biddle grip or an overhand shuffle grip with the pack face up, your hand face down, swing cut or kick cut. Your forefinger kicks over about 1/3 of the pack into the awaiting left hand, and then turn your right hand palm up, which turns the packet face down. You can peel with your thumb the top card off the packet. Continuing the procedure, the hand gets revolved palm down, so the packet's face up, and then you do another swing cut here into the awaiting hand on top of the card that's already there. Repeat the procedure, turning the hand palm up, the packet face down. I will sometimes do this. Instead of doing swing cuts, like I do a swing cut in the third one, but sometimes I'll just peel a card. So like here, I'll just peel one, turn the packet over, peel, and then the last packet gets put on top. You could consult the performance for that whole vibe of how to apparently remove 4 random cards, but in fact, that'll be your stack from the face, ace, queen, joker, joker. As you continue the presentation that everything in this trick is a lie, you insinuate that you reverse count the packet, but we actually do an Elmsley count, and here I'm in-jogging the third card from the top as I count them. This is to facilitate a double lift of the top 2 cards as one. Let me go back to our starting position here. In the Elmsley count, briefly, I pull 1, I switch the 1 for the 2 that were on the top, and then count 3, I'm in-jogging here, and then 4, and then as I square the in-jog, I'm set for my double lift. I generally use a Vernon-style push-off here and reclaim the break. It's fine just to do a biddle action if you're comfortable with that. However you do it, do your double lift, take the apparent ace from the top, and then as you apparently place it on the bottom, you use your forefinger to do this buckling action. It'll loosen the bottom card away, and then as you apparently put it on the bottom, this, what is now the joker, gets inserted third from the top. So again, this follows your double lift. So you say, if I take the ace of spades, put it on the bottom, of course, that's a lie. I guess I could also mention here is if you don't want to use the buckle, you can use a little pinky pull down. So you can do that too. So as you come in the back, your pinky pulls down, and that action also works. You say, I apparently put it on the bottom. That's a lie, so that I can make it look like it comes to the top. You turn over the top card, and now we're going to repeat the buckle procedure. This one's going back third from the top. That's because when I say I put it on the bottom, that's a lie. Now we're going to do a block push-off of the top 3 cards as one, apparently making that ace rise back to the top. Again, you can use the buckle here to facilitate the turnover. You can use a pinky pull down and or the block push off to apparently insinuate that ace has risen to the top. However you do it again to turn it back down and then deal that apparent ace to the table. Follow this procedure by insinuating that it jumps back to the top. This is a double lift. I'm just using block push-offs again, pushing over everything above the bottom card. And our moment here is, that's because when I say I put it on the table, that's a lie. Now we're going to take this ace, turn it over, and then take both of these cards and scoop up everything on the table. This will place your queen third from the top. This is in preparation and for Ed Marlowe's diminishing lift sequence. And this is where we show the queens, all the queens. So here's the details on this. A block push off of the top 3 shows the first card. Turn this down. Keep this card in your hand for extra shade as you do another block push off showing the 2. The third one, maybe the only genuine move in this routine, actually turn that card over. And then as you turn it down, we're going to swap-aroo it by taking the bottom card lowermost. So immediately after this swap, I'm going to grab with my fingers and then flip this card over as I say, well, if this is a queen, maybe that one was a lie. And now we're going to do the frustration count. Brother John Hammond's brilliant ruse, as we say, because there's no way to have 4 queens in the deck. Hold the packet by the ends, thumb at the inner end, finger at the top. Flash the bottom, the face card of the packet, and this is the frustration count. Continuing to flash the face, revolving it palm down, and then pulling it from the top. And this is how we're able to show 4 queens, 4 cards that are all the same. You should be in this position now with 2 jokers lowermost. This is going to set you up for the Gemini count. Thank you, Brother John Hammond. The Gemini count allows us to show this packet as 4 jokers. So there's a joker there, there's a joker there, there's a joker there, and that's also a lie. And there's a couple ways you can go about the Gemini count here. I like to use a little buckle from the forefinger. I just maintain a little pressure on the right side of the packet as the thumb pulls the top card down. This allows me to extract a double card from the center here. So it's a light buckle of the bottom, pressure on the side, the thumb applies pressure, and then I can pull this double out from the middle. It's 2 cards being pulled as 1. You can also accomplish this from a block push-off. I think this is how Brother John did it, pushing the top 3 cards, maintain a little pressure at the outer right corner of this triple, and then pull backwards with the thumb. This will also expose the double. The double gets pulled out to the right, and I turn it over. I jog it forward from the bottom card so that I can maintain a separation between the two. So as I square the packet, I use that in jog to, again, maintain a break. This will facilitate a double turnover of the top 2 cards as 1, and then we continue the Gemini count action by doing a double lift from the bottom. This is happening just by moving the top card slightly to the left, about ½ an inch there. Pinch everything below it, that'll be 2 cards, and then turn those as 1 atop the packet, exposing the second joker. Turn this one over, buckle, pinky pull down, block push off, either of those works, deal it to the table. Now we're going to go back to the bottom for congruent action here. This makes the count flow better. It also shows alternating colors. So again, I'm just moving the top card aside, peeling the bottom card, flipping it over. I'm always flipping the cards the same way, right? As we do this Gemini count, we want the actions to apparently be the same. Let me do this one more time for you. You can get the vibe and see how the actions are congruent as I turn over the 4 jokers one at a time. So yeah, if you use 1, 2, 3, 4 jokers all the same, that is one way that you can do this trick, and that is also a lie. And with that, I think I've given you all the information you'll need to perform Darwin Ortiz Jumping Gemini. And hey, before leaving, let me just say thanks for entrusting me with your time and energy and your magic education. I do appreciate that, and that is the truth.